The Trump administration announced it will stop giving out visas to people from dozens of countries who wish to move to the United States permanently.
Fans say they're boycotting the upcoming World Cup games in the U.S. The local World Cup committee has been expecting hundreds of thousands of visitors.
Wherever America's President Donald Trump shows up these days, it doesn't feel like diplomacy anymore. Calls are growing louder in the United Kingdom for England and Scotland to boycott the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
President Scheinbaum and President Trump and I were talking as the draw is coming up. I don't think they'll mind.
Breaking tonight. The 2026 World Cup was supposed to be America's proudest global moment, a celebration where the whole world arrived, filled its stadiums, and left with unforgettable memories. But instead, there's a quiet uncertainty growing, and you can almost feel the world slowly turning its eyes toward Canada. Before we go deeper, if you care about global power shifts, world politics, and the hidden stories behind major events, make sure you subscribe to TradeX and turn on notifications. Because what's happening here is bigger than football. It's about influence, reputation, and who truly benefits when the world is watching. Now, let's talk honestly. For years, 2026 was described as historic. The biggest World Cup ever. 48 teams, more matches than any tournament before, millions of visitors, billions of dollars flowing into host cities. It sounded powerful. It sounded automatic. Of course the world would come. Of course the stadiums would be full. But global events are not powered by assumptions. They're powered by emotion. And right now, the emotional energy around this World Cup feels different. It's not anger. It's not outrage. It's something softer. Hesitation. Across Europe, South America, and parts of Asia, fans are not just discussing group draws and star players. They're asking serious questions. Will visas be smooth? Will airport entry be stressful? Will political tensions affect the atmosphere? Will we feel welcomed or watched? These aren't normal pre-World Cup conversations. When families plan to attend a tournament like this, it's deeply personal. It's years of saving money. It's parents promising their children they'll witness their national team live. It's friends planning a trip they've dreamed about since childhood. It's emotional. And when uncertainty enters that dream, even quietly, it changes the feeling. The United States has the stadiums, it has the infrastructure, it has the experience to host massive sporting events. That part is not in doubt. But politics in America has been loud and intense in recent years. Immigration debates, court decisions, protests, election campaigns. These headlines travel worldwide. They shape perception. For Americans, this may feel like normal political life. For international visitors planning a once-in-a-lifetime trip, it can feel unpredictable. And unpredictability makes people nervous. When someone is about to spend thousands of dollars, bring their family across an ocean, and invest emotional energy into an experience, they want peace of mind. They want the only drama to happen on the pitch, not in the airport line. This is where the emotional contrast becomes powerful. While conversations around the United States feel complicated, Canada feels steady. Vancouver and Toronto are preparing without noise. Infrastructure improvements are underway. Transportation systems are being organized. Local leaders speak in calm, welcoming tones. The message is simple. We are ready, and we're happy you're coming. That simplicity carries emotional weight. Imagine being a supporter from Germany or Brazil. You sit down with your family to plan the trip. You look at news coverage. In one country, you see constant political tension. In the other, you see preparation and stability. Which option feels easier? Which option feels safer for your children? This is not about dramatic boycotts or organized resistance. It's about emotional comfort. Travel professionals have noticed something interesting. Interest in the World Cup itself remains strong. People still love football. They still want to be part of history. But they are asking for reassurance before committing. They want to know entry rules won't suddenly change. They want to know visa delays won't ruin their plans. They want to know they'll be welcomed with warmth, not suspicion. Right now, Canada represents that reassurance. Canada's global image has long been associated with diversity and openness. Whether that perception is perfect or not, it influences decisions. Perception shapes travel patterns more than statistics do. And small decisions, repeated thousands of times, can reshape outcomes. One family chooses Toronto instead of a U.S. host city. One supporter group bases their stay in Vancouver. One travel agency promotes Canadian match packages as smoother and less stressful. Each decision feels minor, but together they shift economic benefits and global attention. The United States will still host the majority of matches. The final will still be played there. Stadiums will still fill. The tournament will still be enormous. But global events are remembered for more than scale. They are remembered for how they felt. If fans return home saying, "Canada was welcoming, calm, and easy," that becomes part of the World Cup's legacy. If parts of the American experience feel tense or complicated, that memory lingers too. And memory shapes global reputation. There's irony in this moment. The United States worked hard to secure the 2026 World Cup. It invested money, pride, and political effort into winning the bid. It was meant to be a statement of confidence and unity, a message to the world that America could host something truly global. But politics does not pause for sports. Domestic debates have spilled into international perception, and perception influences tourism, investment, and influence. Canada didn't create this situation. It didn't challenge anyone. It simply remained steady while the global spotlight on American politics grew brighter. And in uncertain times, steadiness becomes attractive. As 2026 approaches, the matches will still happen. The goals will still be scored. Fans will still celebrate victories and cry over defeats. The tournament itself will succeed in many ways. But when it's over, when supporters board planes and head home, what stories will they tell? Will they talk about stress at airports and political tension? Or will they talk about friendly streets, smooth travel, and feeling genuinely welcomed? The emotional difference may not be visible on a scoreboard, but it could shape economic outcomes for years. Tourism flows, investment confidence, global brand perception. America may host the largest share of matches, but Canada might host the most comfortable experience. And in a tournament driven not just by money or power, but by human feeling, by how safe, relaxed, and welcomed people feel, that difference matters.